Would you please rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you all for joining us this evening. Jody, could you call the roll, please?
Dennis.
Here.
Harold.
Here.
Hollenbaugh.
Here.
Musgrave.
Here.
Phipps. Here. Robinette.
Here. The minutes from our August 4th meeting were distributed for your perusal prior to tonight. Do I have a motion? Or are there any additions or corrections to the minutes? Hearing none, do I have a motion to approve?
So moved. Second.
Properly moved and seconded. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Jody, do we have any correspondence this evening?
We have one item tonight, noting for the record, the financial budget summary report for the month of July was received and distributed to council prior to this evening's meeting. And that is all.
Okay, thank you. That brings us to lobby visitations. Do we have anyone signed up for lobby visitations?
We do. Rose Drain.
If you could give your name and address for the record, please, even though we all know where you live and who you are.
Whoa. Okay. I am Rose Drain. I live at 228 East Court Street. And I am here to update you on what BG Song is doing. So this coming weekend, we will be hitting the streets, and we greatly appreciate the assistance from the GIS staff who got us the addresses of rental properties in the area that the East Side Neighborhood Association used to cover, but also the PR district. So it turns out for buildings that we won't go into because we don't want volunteers to go into a building, but there are about 2,300 addresses that we'll be hoping to put door hangers on to provide this information. We're glad you're here. And then it's got information from People of Engagement Bowling Green, which is a renter's resource website. The back of the bookmark has BG Song information. It will have this brochure, which is a project between the Student Legal Services Office and the City of Bowling Green. And then it will also have the city's Good Neighbor Guide, which talks about, it gives information about who to contact if you need some help. So I checked with council people and the mayor to see if you may be available to help with taking to the streets on Saturday, but we're inviting anybody in the community to do so. So please send, if there are any folks you know who are available, they may send an email to bowlinggreensong@gmail.com. However, we're also having an assembly party, so there is the right to assembly in this country. That's a Bill Harold joke. And the assembly to assemble the door hangers will be Thursday evening from 6 p.m. until 8 p.m. Trinity United Methodist Church is giving us a space for that. So we hope anyone who can come assemble door hangers will do that project too. I imagine it'll take us a while to punch holes, assemble, and put the pipe cleaners in place. Okay. Another thing is that just this evening I was trying to figure out Google Docs so that I can create Google Forms, because we're going to put QR codes on our brochures for Rock Our Vets. We are hoping to launch that project by the end of this week, and we are partnering with the Wood County Veteran Services Office, the university office that provides military, it's the non-traditional and military students office, and also with the Marvin Center. So we've got good partners. We're working on the brochure. It'll be ready to launch, I hope, by the end of the week. So we got big things going on, and we really appreciate the support of the Bowling Green Community Foundation, which kicked us off with a $7,500 grant. But we're looking for homeowners to apply for help in winterizing their homes. We're looking for volunteers, and we're looking for sponsors to provide donations or skilled labor or materials. So that's that, and I'll get y'all a brochure next time I see you at this meeting. All right, thank you. Thanks for your attention.
Thanks.
That's everyone for this evening.
Okay. That brings us to official reports. Mr. Mayor. Oh, I'm sorry. Never mind. Did I tell you I went back to work today?
You did.
That brings us to the introduction of new legislation.
Mr. President,
Mr. Robinette.
from the Finance Committee, I've got 2 ordinances and 2 resolutions. First, a resolution approving the report of the Assessment Equalization Board on objections concerning the estimated assessments for the plan of services to be provided by the Bowling Green Central Business Special Improvement District, Inc., and a resolution authorizing an application and a contract with the Ohio Department of Transportation, ODOT, for congestion mitigation and air quality funds for the improvement of the intersection of East Wooster Street and Dunbridge Road, and an ordinance determining to proceed with the plan of services of the expanded Bowling Green Central Business Special Improvement District, Inc., and providing for the levy of assessments therefore, and declaring an emergency. And one more here. There we go.
Mine is
And an ordinance
9304.
determining to, did I read all 4 of them?
No, 9304, I think.
All right, ordinance providing supplemental and/or amending appropriations for the current expenses and other expenditures of the city of Bowling Green, Ohio during the fiscal year beginning January 1, 2025 and ending December 31, 2025.
President,
Mr. Harold.
I have from the Transportation and Safety Committee of Council, I have 2 ordinances. An ordinance authorizing the municipal administrator and the utilities director to sign an LPA agreement with the Ohio Department of Transportation, ODOT, and to request qualifications and to advertise for bids and enter into contracts for design, engineering, right-of-way acquisition, construction, and other services related to the Brim Road and Bishop Road roundabout project and declaring an emergency, and an ordinance authorizing the municipal administrator and the utilities director to sign an LPA agreement with the Ohio Department of Transportation, ODOT, and to request qualifications and to advertise for bids and enter into a contract or contracts for design, engineering, right-of-way acquisition, construction, and other services related to the installation of a pedestrian hybrid beacon at West Gypsy Lane and Slippery Elm Trail and declaring an emergency.
Mr. President,
Ms. Phipps.
from the Planning, Zoning, and Economic Development Committee, I have an ordinance amending and adopting certain sections of Chapter 150 of the codified ordinances of the City of Bowling Green, Ohio regarding the zoning code. I have an ordinance accepting easement from Pheasant Farms Homeowners Association for property located at 0 Manitoba Drive, parcel number B08-510-140-409017017-001. And then an ordinance dedicating a perpetual easement for highway purposes without limitation of existing access rights in the name and for the use of the city of Bowling Green, Wood County, Ohio, and declaring an emergency.
That brings us to official reports. Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Mr. President. Good evening, Council. What a busy weekend this past weekend was in the city of Bowling Green. I'm sure you experienced some of it. Of course, the tractor pulls were here. There was a soccer challenge, influx of students from Bowling Green State University. What am I missing? There was one other event. Oh, a Firefly event Friday night that I'm told was well attended. But wait, that's not all. This Saturday, the city, along with Bowling Green State University, is once again really pleased to host Rally BG on Main from 2 to 8 p.m. in our historic downtown. This is the 5th annual Rally BG on Main, and it's going to be another great event, I'm sure. Some of the highlights include a zip line down Main Street, a Ninja Warrior obstacle course, and new this year, a super slide, and I'm told it really is a super slide. Interactive opportunities to see police, fire, play games, giant board games, mini golf and such. Meet Freddie and Frida Falcon, have a custom sign made, or have a caricature made. The Wood County Library always offers great interactive fun, and of course, it's always great to support our local restaurants and our businesses. At 6 p.m., President Rogers and I will kick off the Community Pep Rally. Now, if you haven't been downtown for that, I really suggest that everybody get down there. It is quite a sight. This year, both the Bowling Green High School bands and the Falcon Marching Band, which President Rogers informed us the other night, is this year going to officially be the largest marching band in the land, over 500 members. Maybe I shouldn't have broke that, but anyways, it's a big band, and they're all going to be downtown, or going to be downtown for the pep rally. And I want to encourage all of our community members to come out and support this event. You know, this was conceived post-COVID as an opportunity for us together as a community, including Bowling Green State University and their students, to celebrate our city, our community, and all of the advantages and all of the great amenities that we have here. So I'm really, really thankful for the hard work that so many people from the city organization that have been included in the planning of this. The university are very collaborative partners, equal partners with us, and it's really going to be a great event, and I hope to see all of you down there. Finally, Mr. President, at the conclusion of this evening's agenda, I'd like to request an executive session to discuss real estate acquisition. There will be no recommendation to take action at the conclusion of this section. That concludes my report, subject to any questions that you may.
Does anyone have anything for the mayor?
Yes, Mike, you were on top of your work the first time there was a Rally BG by participating in the zip line. Are you going to be doing the zip line and or the super slide this time?
Well, certainly we'll be doing the zip line. You know, this has turned into an annual challenge between President Rogers and myself, and he, at a community event already just last week, publicly challenged me once again to the zip line challenge. Now, I'm going to confess, I have yet to win this event, but that doesn't mean that I'm going to stop trying. I will continue to try to bring victory to the residents of Bowling Green. So yes, we will be doing the zip line once again, and I will be open to going down the slide. I've always have enjoyed those type of things, and I'm not feeling deterred this year. I'm enjoying another event, another typical event like that. It'll be a lot of fun.
Well, thank you for serving the community that way, Mike.
Any other questions for the mayor? Okay. Municipal Administrator, Ms. Treader.
Good evening, and continuing getting updates from our department and division heads. This evening, I've invited Fire Chief Bill Moorman here to give an update about the fire division. So I'm going to turn it over to him, and either of us can take questions after his report.
Good evening, everybody. Tonight, I just wanted to touch on and update you on some of our accomplishments from this last year and some of the things that we'll be working on for the remainder of 2025 and beyond. Working towards our new fire station project is progressing very well. Legislation, as you know, has passed allowing for it to be on the levy in November, or on the ballot in November, and we'll continue to engage with our civic organisations and members of the communities to give updates regarding this project. Run volume. This is a big one for us because it affects us at every moment of every day. You've heard many times about the increase in our call volume, but I want to put it into perspective for you tonight. Our run volume for January 1st, 2025 to July 31st of the same year was 2,267 emergency calls. That is 245 more calls for that same period last year. Last year, we had a total of 3,758 emergency runs, and we fully expect that run volume to be easily over 4,000 this year. So it's going to be it is a busy year. The largest portion of those emergency runs are medical-related calls. They account for approximately 75% of all of our emergency calls here in Bowling Green. This upward trend keeps us on our toes, and we are continuously looking for innovative ways to keep pace with this ever-increasing call volume. We now staff 3 advanced life support ambulance that's operating those 3 ambulances full time now, and our engines have all been equipped to handle ALS medical emergencies, and this really has been very beneficial to us in handling this call volume. So when we have those situations when all of our ambulances are busy, we can send an engine to respond to a medical emergency either from one of our stations or to break away from an emergency scene. Those engines have the ability to stabilise the patient until an ambulance can be dispatched to their location to help further assist the engine personnel or to transport that patient to Wood County Hospital. This next subject keeps me up all night, okay? It's a pretty big one for me, and that's call overlap. Call overlap is when you have multiple emergencies at the same time. Currently, this average is around 71%, but it will increase now that the BGSU students have arrived back in town. It will jump to an average of around about 78% and will spike on the weekends into the mid-80s. So that's a lot of call overlap that we have to handle. To help handle those calls, we bring in additional off-duty personnel to handle that volume. On a good note, I'm happy to say that our newest firefighter, Vicky Bilfus, has just returned after 10 weeks of extensive training at the Ohio Fire Academy. It is great to have her back, and Vicky puts us at full strength at 56 personnel. On top of all of those runs, we still need to make time for training and continuing education. Training is something that we take very seriously here, and the training of our firefighters and paramedics is crucial for ensuring public safety and the effectiveness of our emergency responses. To put this into perspective, in 2024, we participated in over 4,600 hours of training and continuing education. That is a lot of training, but it pays off when you're at an emergency scene. Form of efficiency and a confident critical decision that affects a positive outcome of any emergency scene. I've always lived by the rule that prevention is always better than the cure. If we can prevent an accident or a fire from happening through inspections or public education, then everyone really has a better day. Last year, we completed 554 inspections and pre-plans. We also inspected 125 different food trucks, and we're involved with 109 public relation events. So it keeps us pretty busy, but it's well worth it. The main focus with our inspections is prevent an incident from happening through education. We take the time to explain why this violation is dangerous and how it ultimately benefits them, and then we work with them to get it corrected. I'm sure you've heard about our residential Knox Box program. This program has been tremendously successful. We currently have over 160 Knox boxes out there in the community. These are provided free of charge to members of our community, and they provide peace of mind in the event of an emergency. They allow us to gain access without any delays and without causing any damage to the resident's home. These Knox boxes have been funded through donations from the BG Firefighters Community Benefit Fund, the BG Community Foundation, and along with some additional ARPA funding. I want to talk to you about our Bowling Green Firefighters Community Benefit Fund just shortly. Just for a very short period of time. This benefit fund was established in 2022, and our right here by our firefighters here in Bowling Green, and they got that together in 2022 with the purpose of giving back to the community. As of today, through fundraising, donations, and grants, we have given back to the community over $35,000. I think that's pretty impressive. And this has been in the form of scholarships to high school students pursuing public safety careers, our residential Knox Box program. We also give away combination smoke and carbon monoxide detectors to people in need of a detector but can't afford one. We also donate to the Christmas Dreams charity, the Christian Food Pantry, and this one is actually particularly special to me, and to the children of one of our firefighters that passed away abruptly several years ago, and that is Dave Mulder. I can't say it enough. I'm so proud of the efforts of all of our fire personnel to raise such a huge amount of money. They've done a great job, and that's all going back to the community, which is special to us. I'm happy to say that we have received the American Heart Association Mission Lifeline Gold Standard Award 2025 for the 4th consecutive year now. So that's all on the guys out there. It really is. They do a wonderful job. They work hard. They're dedicated to this community. This is the highest level award possible, and it recognises pre-hospital agencies nationwide for excellence in heart attack and stroke care, meaning that if you have a higher chance of survival from either a heart attack or a stroke if you are treated by an EMS agency that meet all of the criteria for achieving this award. So we're pretty proud of that fact. Lastly, we have also maintained our ISO Class 2 rating for 2025 and 26. Out of 37,562 fire departments nationwide, only 2,109 agencies have obtained this Class 2 rating, and only 118 here in Ohio. I think this is rather impressive, and it's a major benefit to all our community members. This Class 2 rating equates to less expensive residential and commercial insurance premiums for all of our residents and businesses in Bowling Green. It makes Bowling Green more attractive for new families and businesses looking to move to this area. So we work extremely hard to try to keep that rating because it is very important to us all. So with that, this concludes my presentation, unless you have any questions for me.
Does anyone have any questions for Chief Moorman? None? Okay. Well, thank you very much, and make sure that you thank everybody out at the stations for all their hard work and commitment to the citizens of Bowling Green.
I certainly will. Thank you.
Yep. Ms. Treader, do you have anything else?
I do not. Just say thank you, Chief, for being here and for the great report, great information.
Does anyone have any questions for Ms. Treader? Okay. That brings us to City Attorney, Mr. Brown.
Good evening. No report.
Does anyone have any questions for Mr. Brown this evening? Okay. Public Infrastructure Director, Mr. O'Connell.
Yeah, thank you. Good evening. Just to piggyback on some of what Bill said, the ISO Class 2 rating also looks at our water distribution system all the way from the water plant into the city and how we operate that and how it functions, spacing of hydrants. Work really closely with Bill and the fire department on doing testing of hydrants to get the data and information about fire flows at hydrants. And all that information goes into helping to establish that Class 2 rating. So they do a great job, but just for your own information, it does involve the water distribution system as well. Currently, we are working on our electric cost of service study, try to help us determine electric rates for the next couple of years. That information, once it's compiled, will be presented to the Board of Public Utilities at a future meeting, hopefully yet this year in 2025. Last rate increase we had was July of 2021, so we're now going on to 4 years without any electric rate increases. We're seeing some large increases in prices, costs from the PJM capacity markets. The transmission costs as well that we receive from First Energy have also continued to increase, not to the level of the PJM capacity markets, but those are costs that are really outside of our control. We do get some credits back from ownership or participation in some of the projects that we're involved with, the generation projects through AMP. So that does help relieve some of that cost increase, but it doesn't take away all of the pain. So those are going to be playing into our rates and our rate structures and how we move forward. But that's all I have, unless you have questions for me.
Does anyone have any questions for Mr. O'Connell?
I just have a statement, if I may, please. The Water Department, every time we evaluated by ISO, Brian left this part out, the Water Department is always the highest rated sections. There's 3 sections in ISO, and the Water Department always brings in the highest scores. So thank you to the Water Department and everybody else that support us. Thank you.
Thanks, Bill.
Thank you very much. That brings us to council committee reports. Does it council committee report? Okay. That brings us to the reading of legislation. Jody, could you lead us in the reading of legislation?
Legislation for first reading, Resolution 3889, excuse me, for first reading, resolution approving the report of the Assessment Equalization Board on objections concerning the estimated assessments for the plan of services to be provided by the Bowling Green Central Business Special Improvement District, Inc.
Mr. President,
Mr. Robinette,
I move to suspend the rules and give Resolution 3889 its second and third readings.
Second.
properly moved and seconded. Jody?
Harold?
Yes.
Hollenbaugh?
Yes.
Musgrave?
Yes.
Phipps?
Yes.
Robinette?
Yes.
Dennis?
Yes.
Okay, the rules have been suspended for Resolution 3889.
Resolution 3889 for second and third readings. Resolution approving the report of the Assessment Equalization Board on objections concerning the estimated assessments for the plan of services to be provided by the Bowling Green Central Business Special Improvement District, Inc.
Mr. President,
Mr. Robinette,
I move to adopt Resolution 3889.
Second.
properly moved and seconded. Is there any discussion? Jody?
Hollenbaugh?
Yes.
Musgrave?
Yes.
Phipps?
Yes.
Robinette?
Yes.
Dennis?
Yes.
Harold?
Yes.
Okay, Resolution 3889 is adopted.
Resolution 3890 for first reading. Resolution authorizing an application and contract with the Ohio Department of Transportation, ODOT, for congestion mitigation and air quality funds for the improvement of the intersection of East Wooster Street and Dunbridge Road.
Mr. President,
Mr. Robinette,
I move to suspend the rules and give Resolution 3890 its second and third readings.
Second.
properly moved and seconded. Jody?
Musgrave?
Yes.
Phipps?
Yes.
Robinette?
Yes.
Dennis?
Yes.
Harold?
Yes.
Hollenbaugh?
Yes. The rules are suspended for Resolution 3890.
Resolution 3890 for second and third reading. Resolution authorizing an application and contract with the Ohio Department of Transportation, ODOT, for congestion mitigation and air quality funds for the improvement of the intersection of East Wooster Street and Dunbridge Road.
Mr. President,
Mr. Robinette,
I move to adopt Resolution 3890.
Second.
properly moved and seconded. Is there any discussion?
Mr. President,
Yes.
I just want to point out that this is, hopefully, if we get this, this will be a significant investment in putting a roundabout at East Wooster and Dunbridge. We are, because of the very strong abilities of the administration, they go out and find funding to assist us in improving the city. And this is an example of that, where if the project is something that will help the city, we end up amplifying the money that we put in with outside money and end up with a better product than if we'd have paid for it ourselves. And so this is an example of that, and also other legislation that we're going to be dealing with tonight. The roundabout, if it was determined maybe wouldn't be needed, but was part of an overall project, I can tell you that judging from the actions that Quick Trip has taken, and the mayor would know this because the mayor is very faithful to go to Zoning Board of Appeals meetings, and Quick Trip is going to be putting probably a very popular truck area. And so what's going to happen is, I'm hoping, that trucks will come off go through the initial roundabout, maybe a second roundabout, and then the Dunbridge Worcester Street roundabout to get to the Quick Trip. And if we just had a light there, I hate to think of the scenario where a light would back the trucks up so they would impact the roundabout. So this is something that's forward-looking. The point I want to make is that it will cost, worst-case scenario, over a number of years, possibly $1 million from our street repair fund. And when you couple that with the very needed and forward-looking roundabout at Brim and Bishop, which is some legislation we'll be dealing with in a few minutes, that roughly, these are estimates, is about $750,000 of city money. When you take just those two roundabouts together, we're getting a lot for our $1,750,000 that quite likely will come from street repair fund. So we're getting a lot, we're amplifying it. But the point I'm meandering toward is that every dollar that we spend out of the street repair fund for these worthy projects is not a dollar that we are spending on our, for lack of a better term, regular street maintenance. And I can tell you from the hundreds of doors that I've knocked on thus far this year, we've got some streets that need work. We have sidewalks as well. I'll spare us all my discussion about that. But we've got some streets that really need work. So there is a cost involved. Yes, we're going to get a benefit from it, to be sure. But the cost is that we don't have a comfortable amount of money in our street repair fund to be able to handle these special projects and also stay ahead of our street repair. And, it's bothersome to see grass growing in the middle of the street. So that's the point, to summarize. The point is, these are worthy projects. The administration's done a very fine job finding outside money so we can amplify it. Bowling Green will be better off because of these two roundabouts and the hybrid beacon. But there is an opportunity cost. And it would be nice if there was some way that we could do all that and also get ahead of our street repair. Thank you, Mr. President.
Any other discussion? Okay,
Mr. President,
yes.
I move that we adopt Resolution 3890.
It was already moved.
Yeah,
No.
I was
got
just
lost in the conversation.
finishing off the discussion.
All right.
Jody, could you call the roll, please?
Phipps.
Yes.
Robinette.
Yes.
Dennis.
Yes.
Harold.
Yes.
Hollenbaugh.
Yes.
Musgrave.
Yes.
Okay, Resolution 3890 is adopted.
Ordinance 9304 for first reading. Ordinance providing supplemental and/or amending appropriations for the current expenses and other expenditures of the City of Bowling Green, Ohio during the fiscal year beginning January 1, 2025 and ending December 31, 2025.
Mr. President,
Mr. Robinette.
I move to suspend the rules and give ordinance 9304 its second and third readings.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. Jody?
Robinette.
Yes.
Dennis.
Yes.
Harold.
Yes.
Hollenbaugh.
Yes.
Musgrave.
Yep.
Phipps.
Yes.
Okay, the rules are suspended for ordinance 9304.
Ordinance 9304 for second and third readings. Ordinance providing supplemental and/or amending appropriations for the current expenses and other expenditures of the City of Bowling Green, Ohio during the fiscal year beginning 1, 2025 and ending December 31, 2025.
Mr. President,
Mr. Robinette.
I move to adopt ordinance 9304.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. Is there any discussion? Jody?
Dennis.
Yes.
Harold.
Yes.
Hollenbaugh.
Yes.
Musgrave.
Yes.
Phipps.
Yes.
Robinette.
Yes.
Okay, ordinance 9304 is adopted.
Ordinance 9305 for first reading. Ordinance determining to proceed with the plan of services of the expanded Bowling Green Central Business Special Improvement District, Inc., and providing for the levy of assessments therefore, and declaring an emergency.
Mr. President,
Mr. Robinette.
I move to suspend the rules and give ordinance 9305 its second and third readings.
Second?
Properly moved and seconded. Jody?
Harold,
Yes.
Hollenbaugh,
Yes.
Musgrave,
Yes.
Phipps,
Yes.
Robinette,
Yes.
Dennis.
Yes.
Okay, the rules are suspended for ordinance 9305.
Ordinance 9305 for second and third readings. Ordinance determining to proceed with the plan of services of the expanded Bowling Green Central Business Special Improvement District, Inc., and providing for the levy of assessments therefore, and declaring an emergency.
Mr. President,
Mr. Robinette.
I move to adopt the emergency clause for ordinance 9305.
Second?
Properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? Jody?
Hollenbaugh,
Yes.
Musgrave,
Yes.
Phipps,
Yes.
Robinette,
Yes.
Dennis,
Yes.
Harold.
Yes.
Okay, the emergency clause is adopted for ordinance 9305.
Mr. President,
Mr. Robinette.
I move to adopt ordinance 9305.
Second?
Properly moved and seconded. Any discussion? Jody?
Musgrave,
Yes.
Phipps,
Yes.
Robinette,
Yes.
Dennis,
Yes.
Harold,
Yes.
Hollenbaugh.
Yes. Ordinance 9305 is adopted.
Ordinance 9306 for first reading. Ordinance authorizing the municipal administrator and the utilities director to sign an LPA agreement with the Ohio Department of Transportation, ODOT, and to request qualifications and to advertise for bids and enter into contracts for design, engineering, right-of-way acquisition, construction, and other services related to the Brim Road and Bishop Road roundabout project, and declaring an emergency. Ordinance 9307 for first reading. Ordinance authorizing the municipal administrator and the utilities director to sign an LPA agreement with the Ohio Department of Transportation, ODOT, and to request qualifications and to enter into bids and enter into a contract or contracts for design, engineering, right-of-way acquisition, construction, and other services relating to the installation of a pedestrian hybrid beacon at West Gypsy Lane Road and the Slippery Elm Trail, and declaring an emergency. Ordinance 9308 for first reading. Ordinance amending and adopting certain sections of Chapter 150 of the Codified Ordinances of the City of Bowling Green, Ohio regarding zoning code.
Mr. President,
Ms. Phipps?
we need to set the required public hearing on this ordinance for October 6th at 6:30 PM.
Okay.
Ordinance 9309 for first reading. Ordinance accepting easement from Pheasant Farms Homeowners Association for the property located at 0 Manitoba Drive, parcel number B0851040409017001. Ordinance 9310 for first reading. Ordinance dedicating a perpetual easement for highway purposes without limitation of existing access rights in the name and for the use of the City of Bowling Green, Wood County, Ohio, and declaring an emergency. Legislation for second reading. Resolution 3888 for second reading. Resolution authorizing the City of Bowling Green to participate in the local park improvement grant program and to file an application and accept grant funding upon grant application approval. Ordinance 9299 for second reading. Ordinance authorizing the Utilities Director to enter into an agreement with AMP Inc. for the renewal of the Efficiency Smart Program. Ordinance 9300 for second reading. Ordinance authorizing the Utilities Director to execute a make-ready cost concurrence agreement with Buckeye Broadband. Ordinance 9301 for second reading. Ordinance accepting deed from Albert L. Potter II, trustee, the Living Trust of Albert L. Potter II, and dedicating the property for right-of-way and all municipal and utility purposes. Ordinance 9302 for second reading. Ordinance accepting deed from Ohio Department of Transportation, ODOT, and dedicating the property for right-of-way and all municipal and utility purposes. Ordinance 9303 for second reading. Ordinance amending and adopting Section 72.39 regarding low-speed micromobility devices and abolishing Chapter 123 regarding micromobility devices of the codified ordinances of the City of Bowling Green, Ohio.
Mr. President,
Mr. Harold.
I just want to let council know that the Bicycle Safety Commission will be at their next meeting. We'll be looking into this and hopefully providing some affirmation and/or guidance related to this. They've been working on a related issue for quite a while, so I for one am anxious to see their perspective. And just got nothing better to do. By golly, the place to be will be the Bicycle Safety Commission meeting.
All righty.
Legislation for third reading. Ordinance 9295 for third reading. Ordinance authorizing the municipal administrator to sell vehicles no longer needed for municipal purposes.
Mr. President,
Mr. Robinette.
I move to adopt ordinance 9295.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. Is there any discussion? Jody?
Phipps,
Yes.
Robinette,
Yes.
Dennis,
Yes.
Harold,
Yes.
Hollenbaugh,
Yes.
Musgrave.
Yes.
Okay, ordinance 9295 is adopted.
Ordinance 9296 for third reading. Ordinance accepting annexation of approximately 67.692 acres of land located along the 14,000 block of Bishop Road in Plain Township, Wood County, Ohio, from Robert W. Mauer, agent for Dugan Flow LLC, Robert W. Mauer, and Mauer Family Farms LLC petitioners.
Mr. President,
Ms. Phipps.
I move to adopt ordinance 9296.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. Is there any discussion? Jody?
Robinette,
Yes.
Dennis,
Yes.
Harold,
Yes.
Hollenbaugh,
Yes.
Musgrave,
Yes.
Phipps.
Yes.
All right, ordinance 9296 is adopted.
Ordinance 9297 for third reading. Ordinance establishing interim zoning of R2 medium-density residential zoning for the approximately 67.692 acres of land located along the 14,000 block of Bishop Road and recently annexed to the city as petitioned for by Robert W. Mauer, agent for Dugan Flow LLC, Robert W. Mauer, and Mauer Family Farms LLC.
Mr. President,
Ms. Phipps.
I move to table ordinance 9297 until September 2nd.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. Jody?
Dennis,
Yes.
Harold,
Yes.
Hollenbaugh,
Yes.
Musgrave,
Yes.
Phipps,
Yes.
Robinette.
Yes.
All right, ordinance 9297 is tabled until September 2nd. So,
Mr. President, so we can say later that we're not going to do anything after the executive session. I move that we excuse Councilmember Odorizio from tonight's meeting.
Second.
properly moved and seconded. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Joel is excused. At this time, we are going to go into executive session for the purpose of discussing the purchase of property. When we return, we will not be taking any action. All we will be doing is adjourning. So
Are you making a motion?
I make a motion to go into executive session.
Second.
Properly moved and seconded. Jody?
Harold,
Yes.
Hollenbaugh,
Yes.
Musgrave,
Yes.
Phipps.
Yes.
Robinette,
Yes.
Dennis.
Yes.
Okay. We are in executive session.